folded as I'm giving it to you. A pencil is provided inside. The finger, the nip, put your finger. When you come out, then I'll touch the finger. So you go inside, a pencil is provided inside. Okay. Is that an officer? You know the actual officer involved in the incident. Can you tell us what happened from your perspective?
Yes, I'm Linda White. I'm here representing the family, name's Grant. I have some objections to make. Sometimes I cannot hear the person's name. So I could say, could you please speak a little louder? Because I wish to hear the name so that I could record it and look for the number. I was objecting to a lady by the name of Rose Brown. I got up several times and I was raising my hand, and then when I think I was not being seen or heard, I stood up and I said, I object to Rose Brown. She does not live in this constituency. As a matter of fact, she lives in Keys and she should not be voting here. And I said, could I go to see the persons, could I approach the desk to see the person's ID? See if the other representative is putting the information in the book. She said, I cannot approach. And as a matter of fact, she went up on me, you cannot come up here and you keep talking, because when I cannot hear anybody's name, I'm supposed to say, could you please speak a little louder so that I can hear you? This other gentleman said the same thing. He said, I can't hear the name, could you speak louder? So I said to me and not to him, he has the opportunity to say it several times. So I should have the same opportunity. And she said, if you keep on talking, I am going to put you outside. So I have to remain calm. There are a number of voters here who have voted that do not belong in this constituency. They have never lived here. So right now, I cannot object to them. All I have to do is to keep my lips sealed for the rest of the day. So the voters who are coming, who were objected to in the last general election, are still coming back to vote, some of them. And I am sitting here and I cannot object to them. Thank you very much.
Any response? I would like to respond. I did not say to Miss White she cannot object. I told her I object she write on her paper, but do not speak to the voter and do not come to the poll clerk. That is what I told her. She object, and the process is that she will write on her paper. When time comes for whatever, it will be clarified. Today is not the day for I to deal with any objection. Write on her paper. I was just educating her about the process, and she should have known. She's not supposed to say anything today in here. So no.
How do you see this matter being settled though? I mean, the voters are waiting outside to cast their ballot.
Yes, and Miss White feel like somebody should come and let her know that what her duty is today. Her duty is not to address any voter. If somebody should object to somebody, I object and she will. Do not move from here to come up here. Do not move from here to go to the voter. Do not ask the voter anything. She cannot ask anybody anything today. Once they name the list, the vote. If anything happens after that, they deal with it. Today is not the day for that.
Okay, so you just want her to come through you with any concerns she has?
Any concerns she has, she should write it. I have no time to deal with her concerns today. She will write her concerns. I do not have any duty to deal with her concerns.
What about the fact that Mr. Grant believes though that there are people who are voting here today who should not be voting?
That is not my concern. My concern is that once an name is on the voters list, the person votes. That is my duty.
Okay.
You're welcome. I'm sure you are.
So you threatened to expel the officers that were to represent town here today?
Because she was speaking to the voter. She gets up coming to the voter, and she's not supposed to speak to any voter. She her purpose is by her desk. Linda, yes, you got up, and you were telling the man you object under his name, and all them things. Don't tell lies. You are a Christian. Don't tell lies. She cannot speak to the voter. Linda, you are a Christian. Do not tell any lie. You were speaking to the voter, and I stopped you. Thank you very much.
You're saying that there's some issues happening here. Tell us about that.
Came a serious difficulties. I was called out of my office down to halfway through where I'm at right now. The person who's in charge of the proceedings today has decided that my agent cannot ask the name of the person, cannot ask the number she's voting on. As a matter of fact, she said to her she cannot object to anybody, and if she opens her mouth in the affidavit, she's going to throw outside. And she's intimidated her. So right now, what's going on? My agent cannot ask any question whatsoever because she's intimidated that she'll be thrown out, and obviously that's an effect on the I asked her, so what is the problem? So if my agent is going to object, how are we going to know that it's officially recorded? She said, that's not our problem. You write it down on your piece of paper, and that's your record. And it's really decided. Obviously, they have specifically sent her here into my stronghold to intimidate the persons who will vote for me. This is my strong area, and she has been sent here specifically designed to intimidate my agent inside.
How do you plan to take forward this matter?
Well, I've just passed on the information to my office to get to the officers of the team to indicate to them the difficulty that we are having here. Because obviously, we have several persons on the list who we want to object to, but we can't object at this point in time because if my agent opens her mouth, she says she's going to throw her out and she won't be able to come back in. That's what we're up against in my constituency.
How do you see this affecting you in terms of the final outcome today?
Well, it's going to significantly affect me if they are inquired, because obviously we want to object to persons who we know ought not to vote in this particular area. So it's going to hinder our process, and basically at the end of the day, we would not have any paper trail, we would not have any record to show that we objected at what time in the official record of the proceedings here today.
So it's correct to say that you're not a happy man right now?
I'm certainly not a happy person right now. This is my strong area. My people are out here ready to vote, and they're obviously concerned about how the person who is in charge is operating. She's very partisan outright.
What's the name of the person?
I think her name is Violet. She was actually shouting at me, and then I went in there calmly, cool, just to ask her what is the procedure, and she began shouting at me. I'm very, very, very disturbed about what I'm seeing here this morning.
Okay. I will check with her.
So far for you?
Well, I feel like the process has been going quite smoothly. One of the things I've noted, it seems as though, especially in the basket area, that the voting is quite heavy. The lines are quite long. It seems as though people are exercising their franchise, which is good. So I believe this is going to be. I very well believe that. So let's watch and see what the end of the day will.
Bigger than the last turnout?
I feel like there is a lot more interest in this one. For whatever reason, you can see there's a lot more energy. There's a little bit more life into it. People are taking this a little bit more seriously. I haven't had any serious issues that reach me. I don't know what will happen later, but so far there's nothing of real concern. I think people are getting a little bit more itchy because of the lines and are not accustomed to this kind of length of line, and I think their emotions are a little bit different. But apart from that, I haven't heard of anything that is on board.
Well, you said that though there be some concern that the indelible ink is not indelible at all is coming off. Up to standard, supervisor?
Yes, the quality of the ink is up to standard. What happened is that this particular ink, I wonder if I must say this, is that when you hit the sunlight is when it comes out and really begin to work. So what you find, even if it's a little bit dull in the earlies, as the sunlight strikes on it, and if you notice we've had an overcast morning, most of us wondering what happened, but it's good. Blessed to be so. It's cool and not all that sunny and not very good.
But would that raise concern that people could perhaps try to come and vote twice, for instance?
No, can't happen. The reason for that is that you'd find that your name is only registered once, and it is only registered in one constituency. So even if that were to happen, it means that there's a fraud on your committee. So if you want to spend 5 years in for one to do choice of the well, good luck to you.
On Nevis 2 today, we heard reports that a new list came out at the last minute, and there were some concerns from the political parties that, they weren't about the fact that they're seeing a new list at this last minute.
Well, this new list, whatever list it is, I don't know. I can only speak from what he was telling me. But normally, just before polling day, that you would get the last list that will come out, because sometimes